You know, people who think I gotta gauge, I gotta look and see who is this guy before, you know, like you get into a space, because I believe you. When every day I'm hustling, I'm thinking that's who he is. Then you look in the back and go, wait, he's a cop.
The entire hip-hop world woke up stunned as new online drama erupted between 50 Cent and Rick Ross, after 50 allegedly posted what he claimed were leaked yacht videos involving Ross and a group of much younger men. Let's be clear from the start. Nothing in these clips has been verified. No one in the footage has been officially identified, and there's zero confirmation that any of this represents wrongdoing. But that hasn't stopped the internet from going absolutely wild. The rumor mill is overheating, the blogs are spinning nonstop, and fans are trying to figure out if 50 Cent just took the feud to a level nobody expected.
You know, but when you take Little Meech and you put him in fucking acting school, you know, you take him from Detroit. I remember him rapping when he was rapping, and nobody was helping him from what I seen. Cause I remember when Lil Meech was rapping. Nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this money.
What made this moment explode is the way the footage was dropped. 50 didn't just upload something quietly, he posted it like a nuclear bomb, throwing shade and acting like he'd uncovered something shocking. Immediately, social media split into two worlds. People who believe the footage means something, and people who think it's nothing but trolling, editing tricks, and typical rap beef exaggeration. The truth is, 50 Cent has always been a master at weaponizing social media, and this situation is no different. He knows how to create headlines from thin air, and he knows how to make the culture talk. Within seconds of the footage circulating, fans started picking apart every frame. Who were the guys in the video? Was Ross actually present? Was the clip real or edited? Did the scene even happen on a yacht, or was it someone else entirely? That's the strange part. Nothing in the video actually proves anything, yet the rumor spread like wildfire simply because of who posted it.
Guy, I don't think there's a bad guy.
No, yes it is. That Vlad, let's talk about it.
I think Meech is the one that made a mistake.
No.
No? You think 50?
No.
Lil Meech?
No.
Who am I forgetting now?
Rick Ross knew perfectly damn well what he was doing and what that would lead to. And if he was a real friend to Meech, unless he was looking to get 50 out the way, he would have dealt with Meech in the shadows, because he knows me and this dude who is gonna react if he sees me dealing with this dude that he has business with. And there was a lot of business left to be done, right? Rick Ross, bro, could have done whatever he was gonna do in the shadows if he really honored and respected Meech. Trust me, Meech wished none of this was going on.
When 50 Cent says something, the internet runs with it before facts even show up at the door. The reason this blew up so quickly is because the 50 Cent versus Rick Ross rivalry didn't start today. Their feud spans over a decade, with diss tracks, lawsuits, music videos, public trolling, and non-stop jabs across social media. But lately, the energy between them has been heating up again, and this yacht video leak is sounding like the latest escalation in a war that refuses to die. Fans say 50 is purposely trying to embarrass Ross and damage his reputation, while others think it's all entertainment, just another chapter in one of rap's longest-running beefs. Still, despite the chaos, one important thing must be emphasized. There is no confirmed evidence that Rick Ross did anything inappropriate. The footage is only circulating as rumor, commentary, and internet speculation, not verified fact. But once the internet starts cooking, it doesn't wait for confirmation. And right now, the entire hip-hop world is tuned in, trying to understand what 50 Cent is really doing and what Rick Ross is planning to do next. The way the footage spread has convinced a lot of fans that this wasn't some random leak. They believe 50 Cent executed a calculated move. He knows how the internet works. He knows how to grab attention. And the timing of his posts, the captions he used, and the way he amplified reactions made people think he'd been sitting on this moment for the perfect time.
I want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it.
Within minutes of posting, dozens of major hip-hop pages picked it up. Commentators started making reaction videos. Podcasts opened emergency streams. Clip channels immediately uploaded slowed-down breakdowns. The algorithm took the situation like a juicy steak and fed it to millions of people. Even fans who never follow beef suddenly saw the Rick Ross yacht rumor plastered across their For You pages. People noticed something else too. 50 didn't delete or backtrack. Instead, he doubled down, not by adding proof, but by adding more memes, more sarcasm, more trolling, trying to get everyone talking without actually saying anything legally dangerous. That's the genius of 50 Cent's strategy. He never names specifics. He never makes solid claims. He just drops vague insinuations and lets the internet do the rest of the work. And this time, the internet worked overtime. Fans believe the reason 50 posted this now is simple. Rick Ross has been taking shots lately, popping up on interviews, making slick comments about certain rappers, and getting comfortable throwing shade again. Ross has been rebuilding the boss persona, standing tall, reminding the culture that he's still one of the most successful businessmen in hip-hop. That confidence might have prompted 50 to strike, not with music, but with pure internet chaos. Social media analysts also noticed that the footage didn't appear out of nowhere. Some think 50 Cent went digging on purpose. Others think someone sent it to him privately as a way to stir trouble. Some believe it's old footage taken out of context, while others think it's not Rick Ross at all. Just a misleading angle made viral for entertainment? Regardless of the truth, the timing was too perfect to ignore.
Nigga took a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe, put your back against the wall and just slide down.
And here's where things got even messier. The internet started building narratives that the footage confirmed rumors about Ross. But again, none of these claims are backed by facts. It's pure commentary, speculation, and social media freestyle. That's what makes this beef so powerful. 50 Cent doesn't attack with diss tracks. He attacks with embarrassment. And whether the clip was harmless or not, fans now want to see how Rick Ross reacts. Because if Ross ignores it, the rumor grows. If he responds, 50 pushes harder. If he jokes back, the internet laughs harder. This isn't beef anymore. This is psychological warfare. And 50 Cent plays that game better than anybody. As the footage continued to circulate, Rick Ross's fans jumped in immediately to defend him. They argued the video proves absolutely nothing, that the men in the clip are adults, that nothing inappropriate is happening, and that 50 Cent is twisting harmless content into something sensationalized. Many said Ross is constantly targeted because of his success, wealth, and the persona he built over the years. They believe the rumors are just fuel for haters who want to knock down a man rising into mogul status. A lot of fans also pointed out that Ross has thrown yacht parties for years, many of which included his team, staff members, business partners, promoters, brand reps, assistants, stylists, fitness trainers, and influencers. So the idea that a random clip automatically implies scandal makes no sense to them. They say the only reason this even blew up is because 50 Cent posted it. If any smaller page uploaded the exact same footage, nobody would care. Other fans focused on the editing. Some versions of the clip circulating online are zoomed in, slowed down, cropped, and altered. People noticed jump cuts, missing audio, and weird angles. They believe this was chopped to create a misleading impression. Others swear they've seen the footage before, claiming it was filmed years ago during a normal boat outing unrelated to any rumors. Without context, the internet fills in the blanks with imagination, and that's exactly what seems to be happening here. Still, there are fans on the opposite end saying the clip looks suspicious or looks weird, not because of anything illegal, but because the vibe feels different from Ross's typical lavish party image. These fans aren't accusing Ross of wrongdoing. They're simply reacting to the unusual atmosphere compared to what they expected. And as usual, the internet is never subtle. People exaggerate, people sensationalize, people create narratives from shadows. Some fans hit Ross with jokes, saying if the clip is real, he needs to hire better PR, while others turn the moment into memes. That's how internet culture works now. Even harmless clips turn into viral roasting sessions, not because anyone believes they're true, but because it's entertainment. But the group that's the loudest right now are the fans who think 50 Cent crossed a line. They argue that regardless of the beef, posting rumors involving sexuality, especially when it's clearly being presented in a way meant to embarrass someone, is reckless and outdated. They say it weaponizes stereotypes and fuels unnecessary disrespect. As the drama escalated, several industry voices began chiming in. Podcasters, former executives, A&R insiders, and veteran rappers who've seen this cycle repeat for decades. The consensus? 50 Cent is playing a dangerous game, but he knows exactly what he's doing. Industry insiders say 50 has always used social media as a battlefield. He doesn't need a diss track when one messy post can generate more impact than a whole album. But this tactic also creates problems. Once you use a person's image or leaked footage as a weapon, the beef moves from lyrical to personal. And when things become personal, retaliation becomes unpredictable. Some believe Ross might respond with interviews, humor, or subtle jabs. Others think he might let the situation die down to avoid feeding the rumor. But industry commentators warn that Ross is not someone who lets disrespect slide forever. He built his reputation on luxury, power, dominance, and boss energy. This kind of narrative threatens that image, and Ross might feel obligated to defend himself publicly. Business analysts also pointed out the financial stakes. Ross has partnerships, shows, brand deals, and a polished public image tied to his Wingstop ownership, real estate ventures, and industry relationships. Even if the footage is harmless, the controversy itself could make brands nervous. And that's where the stakes get real, not from the rumor, but from the perception. Meanwhile, other voices argue that 50 Cent is simply pushing boundaries the way he always has. They say people forget how deep his troll legacy runs. He bought out Ja Rule's concert seats so the venue looked empty, made cartoons mocking Rick Ross's family, clowned Floyd Mayweather's reading ability, and roasted countless celebrities over the years. Compared to past beefs, this new situation might actually be mild for 50. Still, observers note that the line between trolling and slander becomes thin when the content involves sexuality. That's why so many voices are warning that this feud could escalate into something uglier if not handled carefully. Hip-hop has matured in many ways, but beef still has the power to create irreversible damage. Is this the moment where someone finally tells 50 Cent to chill? Or is the culture so entertained that nobody cares where the line is anymore? One of the wildest parts of this entire situation is how fast the internet transformed a few seconds of unverified footage into a full-blown scandal. Commentators have been breaking down how easily misinformation spreads when the right spark hits the gasoline. First, you have the 50 Cent effect. His fan base is massive, and his trolling record gives everything he posts automatic virality. People don't ask questions, they hit share before checking context. Then the clip gets reposted by meme pages, drama accounts, and hip-hop blogs who reword the caption slightly, making it sound even more controversial each time. Second, you have the algorithm loop. Once people watch it, the apps push it more. TikTok stitches, YouTube Shorts reactions, live stream debates, the algorithm mistakes shock for importance. Third, you have public expectations. Rap fans are trained to look for scandal. Beef sells, controversy circulates faster than music. People don't want to hear a breakdown of the facts, they want something dramatic to react to. The end result? A harmless or unrelated clip becomes internet fuel, lit on fire simply because two rap legends hate each other. Some fans pointed out something important. None of this has anything to do with Rick Ross's real life. Nothing has been proven. The footage doesn't show anything illegal or inappropriate. But once a rumor hits a viral level, facts don't matter anymore. The story takes over. And that's exactly what 50 Cent is great at, crafting stories that keep the culture watching. As this drama continues to unfold, everyone is waiting for one thing: Rick Ross's response. Whether he drops a post, an interview, a diss, or complete silence, whatever he does next will decide the direction of this beef. Because right now, 50 Cent is controlling the narrative, and Ross has to decide whether to fight it or ignore it. If he responds aggressively, the feud will escalate fast. 50 will drop more trolling, more memes, more hints, and the internet will feast on the spectacle. If Ross responds with humor, he might flip the situation in his favor, showing he isn't bothered and pushing the trolling back on 50. But if he says nothing, the rumor cycle may fade, or it may grow. Sometimes silence makes the internet yell louder. One thing's certain, This situation isn't going away overnight. Expect more blogs, more fan debates, more reaction videos, and more speculation. Not because of what the footage actually shows, but because of what the footage represents. It represents power. It represents humiliation. It represents dominance in a beef. It represents psychological warfare. And when it comes to psychological warfare, 50 Cent is undefeated. Still, the culture must remember something important. Nothing in this rumor has been verified, confirmed, or legally supported. Everything circulating online right now is speculation, commentary, and fan interpretation, not fact. But rap beef doesn't run on facts. It runs on perception. And right now, perception is moving faster than the truth can catch up. If you want the next update on this wild situation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next twist in hip-hop's craziest feuds.